Hey everyone, this is Patricia.
And Emma.
And I'm a little sinusy today, and Emma wants to stay away from me. But she's not sick. She's just home because we let her stay home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why?
Because I have a half day on Wednesday and it's a short week.
It's a short week, and your teacher has already said no homework, no nothing. So yay!
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we've got a little something that we're going to put together that uses our steel rule die and our glassine envelopes from Fun Stamper's Journey. And so let's get started on that. We'll be right back. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I love these little glassine envelopes from Fun Stamper's Journey. They're the perfect size for little gifts. Now, what I'm doing is doing just a small little lotion. And Emma, if you want to give me a little bit of that confetti, you could use a little confetti to fill it, or you could also use some of our sequins to fill it, whichever you want. But I love the look that it gives.
Wait.
Yeah, just the.
So you can use these sequins or any sequins you have, or you can use this confetti.
Or you can use some little confetti that you can just pick up at the store, or you can even make your own.
Or you can save it from your Easter basket because they're usually in your Easter basket.
That's true. It just gives it a little bit of color. And with these little bags, I love that, you can see through them. So the recipient can see what it is that they're getting. So now, and later. So now what I'm going to share is using the steel rule die. It's the holiday elements. And to make some cute little tags to dress these up. Now, sometimes you don't want to do a whole lot, and I'm also going to show you a little bit of some variety of, you can really go all out and dress it up, or you can keep it pretty simple. But we're going to use the steel rule die here, and I love the steel rule die because, you can cut more than one layer. And I really want the mitten and I want the little cuff. So I've trimmed my pieces so that I get the most bang from my buck. I want to use my cardstock wisely. So I really only want to have just enough for that mitten in the blue. And you can see even my pieces aren't exactly the same. It doesn't have to be precise, but I did lay the smallest piece on to make sure it covered that mitten. So I'm going to send this through the Amaze machine. Now my plates are I really probably need to switch them out. I usually will use them until they crack.
And just an FYI, if you do have these poinsettia flowers, you can use those.
Yep, you can, and we'll show that later. Yep, we're going to get there. You're getting ahead of me, Missy Wissy. All right, it's okay, sweetie. All right, so here's the mittens. So I've got those 3 punched. And when you have a lot that you want to do like this, that's another reason why I like the steel rule die, is because of the layers that you can cut, you can do more at one time. So now here's my red piece. Now instead of using candy apple, I'm using the Cranberry Bliss. I think it's a pretty rich red for this holiday gift. So I'm going to place that over the little cuff for the mitten and run that through the Amaze again. You're just all kinds of excited and ready to go.
Can I show this at the end? This is what I made.
We'll show that in a little bit when it's time to show that kind of stuff. So here's the little cuff. So now we have those 3 cut. All right, so now this is kind of what I wanted to share. It's almost like you're getting dressed for the day. Do you want to do the full makeup look? Do you want to do all the accessories, all the jewelry? Sometimes you just want to be simple, even with the way you dress. And it's the same kind of with our crafts. How much do you want to add to it? You could leave this like this and just adhere your cuff to this. Or you could take it up a little bit more if you have the time. It all really depends on your time, just like when you're getting dressed in the morning. You could emboss it. And what's nice again about doing so many at one time is when you have these little tags, they'll fit in your embossing folder. So then you can send those through just like that. Now I'll send that through the Amaze machine again. So I'll lay my embossing folder, and then I'll lay my tan mat and a cutting plate and send that through. All right. Okay. So now we have our cute little mittens embossed with a little ho-ho. I think it's adorable. This is from the Holiday Mini that's still available right now. I think it'll be available through the end of December, so now is the time to definitely grab that. Okay, I'm just going to use a little bit of tape runner and to adhere that little cuff to the mitten. Okay. And we'll do that with all of them, but I want to go ahead and show you next what I did to dress this up and how I attached this. I used our star punch. Okay, so I put this through the center here and then punch that through. And what that does is that gives me a place, because now I want to start wrapping this little bag. You could fold it over with some washi tape, but in this case I'm going to use a piece of twine. All right. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna double knot that so that it stays tight. They can see what the gift is, so they don't have to open it right there, because that knot will probably have to be cut. And trim that just a little bit. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed this through that star, make a little knot, and that will stay in place. Now I like to kind of finish off my twine. It's just a personal preference. You can leave it as is. I like to add another little knot there on the ends. Kind of gives it a finished look, or at least to me, but you can do that however you want to do that. Okay, my fingers are too big right now. I'll do that one. I'll just show you some examples now. All right, Emma, let's show some examples of how much more you can dress these little bags up. All right, so this is one that's with the mitten, that's got the embossing with just the twine, and I also added a little bear in that one. And before I embossed it, I typed the from and the to on some of them. On this one I just did the from, but you know, it's a perfect size little tag to do your little to and from. I know, it's from you. It's for your ballet teacher, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, and let's show some of the other ones that we have, Emma, over there. Why don't we show the ones that are going to your teachers? There we go. Okay, this is using another steel rule die. This is the Poinsettia steel rule die. And then I just put our little gold fashions in the center there. And that's a fun way to dress it up. I did use candy apple for this red to give it a little bit of a different red. And you can see that I typed on the back, which is, I love that. It's perfect size tag, the little mitten. Yeah, yep. Okay, and then let's go on and show the next ones, and then you can show that, right? Let's show them both, okay? Or if you want to show them.
If you have the poinsettia flowers, you can use those.
Yep, you can use those to dress them up. Makes them really nice and festive looking. So, and then there's also another little way. If you wanted to, you could add some gold splatters to the mitten. You could keep going and going and going and really add a lot to this. You could even add our pretty holiday ribbon around it, right?
Oh, just one more add-on. It looks kind of weird, but I made my own.
You did, and we can't see it. Put it under there. There you go. Emma likes to get creative with the little scraps lying around, so she made her own.
So I think this green part is the same shape as that red.
It is. And that's it. It's just cute little somethings to give to, just a little thought gift to give to teachers, to give to family. We give to the kids.
Yeah.
So the adults get just a little something. But it's a nice way to really dress it up, and I just love these little envelopes. So I hope that inspires you in different ways to use the steel wool dies, and to find different ways to dress them up and use these little elements as tags. So we'll talk to you guys later, and if we don't come on before Christmas, which I think I will, I think I'll come back on before Christmas. But y'all have a good week and Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.
Bye, Merry Christmas.